in Losers Quarters. This is Sage against Ralphie. I believe it's going to be Fox Cloud. I didn't see the characters they picked, but I'm assuming Fox Cloud. Okay. So we're going to start off on Smashville. Sage starting off with the one laser. And we've seen a lot of limit or non-limit side Bs from Ralphie so far today. Making a lot of use of it. It does a lot of damage, about 19 or 20 when you get all the hits.
Yeah, you know, people undersell that move because, you know, you talk about limit cross slash so much. But the limit version doesn't actually add that much to it. It adds a respectable amount of knockback.
It makes it a kill option.
Yeah.
But the damage is still really, really good.
But in and of itself is not a bad move in it at all.
Yeah, of course, the downside compared to the normal version is the normal version is actually punishable. Limit version, punishable in specific situations, but not really out of shield or anything like that.
Yeah, there's a few key differences between them, but that goes without saying for all of the limit options. Either way, they are all available to Ralphie right now as he just sort of sits in the pot and gets stewed away by Sage, having nearly double percent, no, more than double. I can't count.
Oh, and he tried to read a rollback right there, but he does get the jab up smash mix up right there. So
Sage Sync with a fine
Sage looks
lead
really
right
good
now.
so far. And he's been reading these jumps and potential combo breakers from Ralphie so far. Ralphie, of course, as most Clouds, likes to throw out an up air or a down air to try to get out of those juggle situations. Sage's been very patient, waiting those out, just only taking the conversions he knows he can get, and then respecting that if he gets caught by a landing up air, he can take a ton of percent.
One thing I'm noticing out of dekillsage's play tonight that differs from the past, and I don't know if this is just from his experience with traveling to a few tournaments as of late, or if this is just some sort of revelation that he's hit, but he's playing a lot safer, and by that I mean his approaches are more measured. He's going for damage wherever he can get it. He's just choosing his options more effectively, and it's working out so well for him.
Forward airs from ledge, definitely punishable, but Ralphie not able to get anything off of it, and Sage still holding on to this first stock right now at 113%. And he's really crossing up Ralphie right now. A lot of back airs and tilts going the wrong way.
That's what you got to do with Fox, though. You just got to keep on putting out hitboxes to punish. And what more is going to punish than that? Up smash. Even Ralphie's sort of nodding his head. He's not happy with that.
Yeah, 2-stock from Sage in game one. Looking pretty dominant right there in that matchup. Of course, one of the key mix-ups with non-limit side B, you can stop it after the first hit or after the second hit.
Like when you paint with all the colors of wings, it just slaps the paintbrush out of your hands violently and you just stop it. That's terrible.
He kicked it. Was like, I don't like the fine arts.
But Sage, reading that he wasn't going to go for the last hits, or at least that he wasn't going to do it immediately, gets the up smash out of shield, and he takes game one pretty easily. We're going to see if Ralphie can make some adjustments here in game two as we go right back to Smashville.
All right, one thing immediately out from both of these players that I really liked, if you noticed, Sage put out just 2 lasers.
Yeah, and a lot.
He did it so that he could force Ralphie to stop charging limit immediately. He forced him to jump to the platform. And yes, we know that Cloud's going to get limit. It just happens. But when you're forcing him to move out of his position, his comfort zone, and give a little bit more time to him to charge up that limit, it goes a long way.
And a terrible trade right there for Sage. He trades with one up air and then just ends up getting clipped by a ton of other up airs. Fox, a character that has some landing options at times, but in that specific situation, not a whole lot he can do.
It wasn't looking good for the Fox.
He gets caught by the latest hitbox of that up air. Good shine stall, though, and he does get down to the ground with that. But the limit cross slash just in neutral right there is going to take the first stock.
Things looking a lot more confident on Ralphie's side of the board right now, having taken a relatively quick lead. However, no limit, no time to charge, and put out fast. We even see the taunt out of Sage.
There we go. Ooh. Sage giving him the mix and ended up with that taunt right there.
How often do you get to see this man feel himself on stream?
Power shields that down air and is still able to punish it. Just barely.
He's still going.
Yeah, Sage looking really good right now. And Ralphie just not getting away with all of the landings that he normally can. dekillsage doing well to punish these landing up airs whenever he can. And also, you see Ralphie and a lot of Clouds get a lot of mileage off of people trying to punish these landing up airs and doing it wrong and then getting caught by a big combo. Sage is doing a really good job knowing exactly when he can and can't punish. And he gets a late nair up smash right there that's almost going to take the set. Oh, he missed the yeah. There is a hitbox of nair that does combo into that. That was not it, obviously.
No, sorry. And I feel like I really don't want to be seeing Ralphie get this antsy right now. He's sitting at an incredible deficit, and he's building it back up nicely. But if he stays antsy like that, he's going to give Sage the window he needs to clean this up with a solid 2-0.
Fox definitely in trouble right now, though. Would die to an up air high up on the screen, or really anywhere near the top of the blast zone right now. And these back airs, not really punishable, so Ralphie's spacing looking a lot better right now. Forward air also safe on shields. Oh, and that must have been a whiffed up smash.
Missed input.
Or maybe a missed a raw back air or something. That was definitely not what he meant to do.
I'm pretty sure that was a whiffed up smash using jump cancel.
Yeah. So, unfortunate misinput right there from Sage. There's a couple things that could have been, and that was not one of them. And this is going to go to a game 3 here.
We'll chalk that one up to unfortunate, but one way or another, Dreamland is going to be our final pick for this set. Oh, see if we got the FOD music playing.
Oh, yeah. Great music.
Once again, we see the lasers right out the gate, and I love this as an option from Sage. It forces a reaction so safely and so quickly. Yes, they may not be doing a lot of percentage, but they're doing percentage and they're forcing a reaction. Because Ralphie either sits there and eats that, or he's forced to reposition himself, and you're already at a fairly neutral start. So to elicit a response so easily just goes to show the kind of control that Sage has with this character.
And he's done a really good job just punishing these misspaced aerials, knowing that if Ralphie lands that close to his shield with an up air, he is able to grab it. As Ralphie misses the stage right there and forced to use limit, then immediately gets up smashed, and a significant lead for Sage. He's going to take it even farther, getting the stock lead, and
this
one stock away from winners finals.
Both ways. One up smash to another after an amazing ledge situation. Now Ralphie's sitting at a pretty hard deficit, and that's going to be quite demoralizing to just get bopped right out the gate like that. Punishes the dash in, and Sage opting to just Fox Illusion his way across the stage, try to reposition, but Ralphie's wise to these tricks. He's sticking on him.
I do like that immediate regrab, though. He knew he had been ledge trumped, had to find an option to come back on stage. Instead of doing something like a side B or up B that could be punishable, he just double jumps right to the ledge. Ralphie doesn't quite react in time. He's not able to get the punish.
Goes for the up throw, but Sage is still sticking it in there at 150. He's now sitting at max rage. These percentages are just keeping up.
Oh, good confirm right there, getting the down tilt to start the combo, but he whiffs part of that combo, and if you miss part of a combo against Cloud, you're probably getting up aired.
And I wager that that was just a bit of an anti-input, because not sure if you saw on the player cam, but Sage rolled his eyes hard.
Yeah, clearly not what he was intending to do there. Just a dash attack after he was probably going for an up air or a back air, forward air. Ralphie comes down with that up air, it's going to take the stock, but still a big lead for Sage, and now looking to get an early kill here maybe at the top of the screen, but instead he'll just reset and get back onto the bottom to get this juggle situation.
I like this, though. Sage wants to play things safe. He doesn't want to overcommit, because if he loses the lead that he has, it's going to be very difficult for him to pick things back up. You know, it's not so much that Ralphie's Cloud has rage.
There it is.
It's Ralphie with rage. He's not liking the outcome of that. That was a pretty handed game.
Yeah, that looks... you know, after game 2 was very, very close, Ralphie ended up taking